Greetings. This is Student Minister Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad, and this is one Black Man's Opinion. It's 2022, a new year, which should bring about new perspectives, a new way of living. Hopefully the fruit of our efforts will bring about joy. If not, then why not? In 2013, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan delivered a series of weekly broadcasts entitled The Time and What Must Be Done. He said in this broadcast, there are some things you and I must do in order to escape the consequences of time. If we're not enjoying the fruit of joy from our efforts, then we have to ask ourselves the question, are we doing what the time dictates for us to do? Let us hear from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and we'll come back with one Black Man's Opinion.
Greetings to you. I am Louis Farrakhan, the national representative of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the eternal leader of the Nation of Islam and the great preacher of freedom, justice, and equality to black people in America and oppressed people throughout the earth, and a great warner to America and the nations of the earth. It is a great honor, a great privilege, and a great pleasure for us to come to you via radio or television or social media to bring to you a very, very timely message. The title of this message, starting in January 2013, will carry through for the whole year. And that title was given to us by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, The Time and What Must Be Done. This is a great subject, and each of us who are viewing this telecast or this radio broadcast has something that you and I must do in order to escape the consequences of the time. There is a verse or surah or chapter in the Quran that I shall quote as the basis for this year-long subject. It reads, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. By the time, surely man is in loss except those who believe and do good and enjoin one another to truth and enjoin one another to patience. In this Quranic chapter, time is a yardstick of measurement of consequence. By the time, surely man is in loss. So the time will determine whether we lose, whether we win, whether we live, or whether we die, whether we suffer privation, or whether we grow in prosperity. It all depends on what we do with the knowledge of the time.
Welcome back to One Black Man's Opinion. That was the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in part one of The Time and What Must Be Done. The questions before us are we in loss or are we gaining? Do we believe or not? Are we doing good or not? Are we enjoining one another to truth or to falsehood? Are we enjoining one another to patience or impatience? Since time is the yardstick of the measurement of consequences, let's look at our lives in 2021. Let's look at our community in 2021. Let's look at the nation and the state of the world in 2021. And now as we go into 2022, do we see ourselves in loss or are we gaining victory? And is it because we don't believe? Is it because we're not doing good? Is it because we're not enjoining one another to truth? Is it because we're not enjoining one another to patience? And since we're in this time of 2022, I submit to you that the consequences that we are suffering right now are based upon the fact that we didn't do what we needed to do to escape the consequences of time. If we are to escape the consequences of time, and if we are to mitigate the losses that we're suffering, then we must now begin to believe. We must do good. We must enjoin one another to truth and not falsehood. We've got to enjoin one another to patience and stop being so impatient. And we've got to make sure that we don't waste time, that we make the best effort we can to utilize the time that we've been given on this earth. This is one black man's opinion. What's yours? I'm Student Minister Dr. Abdul Halim Muhammad.